Faithful Strike, a powerful attack skill that also increases attack of all allies. Damage dealt increases as the number of enemies decrease.
Okay, wait, that is okay. And I was gonna drop stuff on Litica? Are you kidding me? Bye, Litica. Bye. Bye. Yo. Oh, Charles in my head. I might have to throw that somewhere in the intro. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and it is time to see the new character, Charles. We got Litica. This guy is a Earth Knight. I think now it's got contest with Flory, whatever the hell you want to call her. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he stacks up to that. Now we've read his artifact, and his artifact is giving himself a buff at 100% if it's maxed out, right? So you got to think that he has something to do with buffs. I've been waiting for a character like Christian from Knights Chronicles, a character, the more buffs, the more damage he does. I really hope that, he might be that guy. That'd be so cool, because you can put like Rin, Deanne, let me not speculate, because if he has nothing to do with that, that is a waste of your guys' time. So let's just go in there, and of course, as you guys know, I give you guys my raw reaction. I don't read nothing. So if he's good, he's good. If he's dope, you'll see it on my face, 100%. That's why the update videos have no cam, but these always have cam. Just a fun fact. Come on, bring it, Charles.
He is extremely loyal and stern, but acts
tea.
like an overprotective butler to Aether.
Stop. First stop. First 555. Look at that. His ult about to look spicy. First of all, crit chance on a knight. Okay, he's a DPS knight. We've been missing it, so I can already tell he's DPS knight. There's no way. Crit chance on thing? That's weird. That's very weird.
He burdens himself with numerous tasks in order to keep Aether innocent and pure.
What the hell? What kind of sword? You see sword?
Slash, a basic attack skill that decreases attack of the target with a fixed chance to trigger Smash.
Smash by the S2.
Smash. This attack dispels all buffs from the enemy and deals increased damage proportional to the number of buffs granted to the caster.
Yes.
Faithful Strike, a powerful attack skill that also increases attack of all allies. Damage dealt increases as the number of enemies decrease.
Okay, wait, that is okay. And I was gonna drop stuff on Litica? Are you kidding me? Bye, Litica. Bye. Bye. Yo, so first of all, the S2 scales off of how many buffs he's granted. I was hoping for that. I was a little upset that it's not his S3, but we'll see the scaling on the S2 once he comes live or whatever. But yo, he scales up. Now the S3, the less enemies, the less, which is actually good, because that means that when you're fighting a boss, it does increase damage, which is good. But you see that he summoned all the thoughts of the friends. Yo, that is actually great, because I don't think, at least in the other games that I play and the other gotchas, there is so much lineage, and this character knows this character, this character knows this character, this character's with this character. I don't think I've ever seen an ultimate where it's like bring all like this showcase. They're really good with that. That was really smart. Like, cause he is a figurehead. He is really big up there. Like the other person I would see that is if they turned Aether into like a actual king, that like the stupid thing that they make him into, and he had an ult like that. Like, oh, I can't let the people down for my kingdom. But that's how his thing. That's so cool. We gotta see that again.
Faithful Strike, a powerful attack skill that also increases attack of all allies. Damage dealt increases as the number of enemies decrease.
So it attacks all allies, gives all allies an attack buff. Hold on, I'm gonna slow it down because I kind of want to see who is in it.
Of enemies.
I want to see all the people that are in it.
Faithful Strike.
Come on. Okay. So first up, you see. Okay, is Deanne, Vildred, and Basque are the first people you see, right? That's dope. Next is himself, Corvus, and Crow.
Powerful attack skill that also increases attack of all allies. Damage dealt increases as the number of enemies decrease.
And then you see the rupture on the floor? That's so clean, man. They're so clean with these animations.
Charles is an Earth Elemental hero who consistently dispels
yeah,
enemy buffs while increasing attack of all allies. After using Faithful Strike to increase attack of...
Why do you get a... Oh, because his own artifact, right? That's why he gets a defense buff. So they should... That's a little... They should have showed why that happened. Oh, no. Increased attack and defense on himself. Oh, okay, so no, that's not his artifact. So he just gets a defense buff when you awaken it.
Of all allies and increased defense of himself, Charles can follow up with Smash, which deals great amounts of damage proportional to the amount of buffs he is granted. Slash decreases attack of the enemy with a chance to trigger Smash, which can dispel all enemy buffs.
Oh yeah, therefore Charles does the... Yeah, because that's actually crazy because his attack... Now... Oh, you guys know. You know I'm hyped. Because that's counter and dual attack. If his S1 has a chance to trigger the S2 regardless, that really... Okay, you guys know I'm hyped for counter. But like that's even more hyped for counter. Because... maybe they'll show it.
Therefore, Charles has the potential to be a powerful countermeasure against enemies with a lot of buffs.
Wait, they didn't do his like multiple faces? I don't know if you guys know the girl characters at the end of the video, they always do multiple faces. It's just like nah, there's nothing here, brother. It's all what's wrong? That's funny, dude. So let's go back over here. So let's look at this. All right, so attacks with the giant sword with a 50% chance to decrease the attack, and he has an attack break. I feel like I didn't hear that the entire time. 25% chance to activate Smash. Effect chance is doubled if the enemy is buffed. So that's actually... Oh, well, look, and they even show you the maximums here. That's actually insane. So if it's a 50% chance to S2, which does more damage how many buffs he has. Now, that from how I'm reading that, that would work on counter and it would work on dual attack. That would work. So... Now, I'm assuming this is actually a attack scaling kind of knight. He's a knight, but like he's not really a knight. He's damage scaling. He's like Charlotte. If you're able to dual attack and then it triggers the S2, that's a lot of damage. And what I was gonna say is that if you have Tamarine or you have the people that force the dual attack, and it's always gonna force the dual attack with the person with the highest attack, and then on that note, it's gonna trigger him, and then that's gonna give him the chance to attack and then do the S2. So the fact that the cooldown of this is not that it's irrelevant, but it actually gives you a lot because we look what an 80% chance, max it out for 100% chance to dispel buffs. And I think 12 buffs and debuffs on the thing is how much you're gonna have. That'd be fun to test. That would really be fun to test how much he gets per buff. Like I said in Knights Chronicles, the character, I think it was like 20% additional damage or like something like that for each buff, each little icon buff that he had. So it'd be interesting to see how much he gets. So obviously, I would definitely think that this is the one that you'd want to level up first because this is the trigger. This is the big thing. Like, and you can constantly trigger this and it does more damage how many buffs he has. So you can buff him up like crazy and then S2. Or if he counters S1, S2, it should work like that based on how it's written. I specifically don't know until we would bring him into the game, and then you would bring him into a comp, and then you would see if that happens at least once. I'm gonna go back in the video. I'm not gonna put it in the video if it happens or if it doesn't, but I want to see if that's what they showed in the video. I'll be right back. Yeah, they don't show it in the video at all. So they do show him doing it once with his own S1 trigger, but I want to just officially confirm if you can do it off counter and dual attack, because that would be a really big deal, because then he could just be popping off like crazy, constantly dispelling a debuff, especially if someone hits him and he counterattacks and then S1, S2. One, that's going to do a lot of damage unless it like strips him, but there's no fire elemental, like if we're going AI based, right? There's no fire stripper right now that's going to target him specifically. There are water, there you know, like Roman that could strip him, and obviously Chloe, but Chloe's not going to target him unless, you know, there's nothing else, like if there's no water unit, then she might target him. So he'll keep his buffs for the most part. Actually, the only threat that he actually does have is Tamarine. Tamarine S1 dispels buffs on a consistent basis, and it's why I run her on counter, and it's why I would prefer if I can get dual attack counter unity on her, because of that factor, is that she actually consistently strips buffs on our S1. It's crazy. But this guy is official. I actually am I'm really happy. This goes down to 4 cooldown, which is pretty good. This skill, and you know what's funny, at Faithful Strike, he's like believing is, and I was thinking about this in my head, is that it's actually really cool because, you know, as enemies get fewer, he's stronger, which is like the same thing as a commander. He's feeling it, you know, and he's like, oh, we're really winning this war, which is, if you remember back when the game first came out, that's what happened. Like, they started winning the war, all of a sudden the tides turn in their favor, and then, you know, they win the war, you know. So it's kind of cool. Like, they did a lot for him, and that's good. I'm happy he's not bump cakes, because I thought he was gonna be bump cakes, but that's cool. Soul Burn is to only extend his defense buff and his attack buff to everyone for 1 additional turn. For 10 souls, that's not that bad. Obviously, I know a lot of people just like using the Guardian, but for 10 souls, just to give everyone a boost in defense, doesn't sound that bad to me. I think it's worth it if, you know, in the situation, especially if you're running a comp where he actually could be your attack buffer. I have no idea. We obviously need to see the stats. I wish they actually add the stats when you drop it like this, just to see like his base stats. The first couple stats, like when I showed in my Ken video, what's his base HP, base attack, his base speed is a really big one. If he slows Molasses, that's gonna you know, that turns him down as far as like, oh, that's a good character. And it's like, what's his base speed? Oh, 50, and like, he gets slapped like 8 times, and it's like, yeah, the Faithful Strike is gonna work because there's no enemies because everyone's dead. Your team went home already. But you know, I'm expecting like 100. I actually predicted Lytica's speed pretty good based on her kit. He's gonna probably have 100, like 101 or something. Like Crow and Krazel, I think his name was, have pretty decent like speeds, because I meant to go first. I forgot that Tywin has pretty good speed, because he's meant to go first as a buffer or as an attack breaker. Like, you kind of have like, defense breaker. So he doesn't have he doesn't have a necessary reason to go first. He actually has more reasons to go later. His S3 does more damage the less people are around. His S2 strips buffs, which there's no buffs unless someone else goes first, right? And obviously, like I figured with his artifact, you know, his S2 does more damage with his artifact, so he needs to go after a buffer too. Doesn't have to, but it just seems better if he does. So he's probably gonna have around 100 speed, and I feel like since the idea of power creep is real, that they're probably obviously gonna want him to have 100 speed, because they know that the speed thing is always a thing in their game. They can't release a slow Nat 5, like super slow Nat 5, unless he has like crazy kicker rat kind of counter build or something that when he gets hit he does something automatically, something like that. Then they can release a very slow character, someone that can sustain all the hits. But they're not going to do that to this man. He's going to have like 100 something speed, that's, you know, just so he doesn't get lapped too many times. But what do you guys think about Sir Charles? Are you going to summon for him? I think, Charles in my head. Now, he's really in my head now. He's really in my head. Charles in my head. Oh man. Whew. I'll see you guys in the next video. Might be a summer video. Charles.